boy, the one with the scar face, your boy Scarface, and welcome back to another episode. I want to thank you guys every week for tuning in. All the support you guys give the podcast, all the just like the inspirational messages. I love doing this for you guys just because it continues to help you guys and it continues to help myself too. Meaning like I get a lot of therapy and benefit out of this, not just you guys. Like talking about these topics out loud. I learn a lot about myself and I learn about a lot about just everything that we're doing, which is absolutely great. So again, thank you guys. Shout out to everyone that purchases adult toys over at naughtyscience.com. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for all the support. I know shipping is a little delayed on there, but trust me, we're getting stuff out as fast as we can to you guys. So also, if you this is only going to be in the podcasts. If you go over there and use Uncomfortable Convo, I'll probably just make it Uncomfortable Convo or Convos. I'll put it in the description wherever you're listening to this. And only you guys get this. Only you guys are going to get 15% off your order. And this is if you come from the podcast. So if you type in that code, guess what? Your special exclusive discount just for you guys. So I'm going to make that happen for you guys. So, but again, thank you guys to everybody. And there's stuff that like over on my IG, if you haven't subscribed on there, I definitely have like a subscribe tab where I talk about some of the stuff. Like there's this review on The Leash coming soon. I'm definitely going to talk about that, and that's what we do over here. So also I want to put this out there. If you listen to the podcast and you follow me on IG or TikTok, message me. If your man finishes super fast. And the reason I say that, I'm not trying to make fun of people's man. I have this product that's supposed to like delay, let them last a little bit longer, numb it down there. And I want to send it out to you guys so you guys can give me feedback on it because I want to know if it works, because if it does, we're definitely going to push that a lot harder for you guys because that's one of the biggest things that we get. So definitely shoot me a message, subscribe to that. It's only $1 a month, and it's me unfiltered talking over there, like straight unfiltered. I can talk about some of the toys. I can talk about like just no filter at all. So if you guys haven't signed up, the subscription plan, like I said, I cost less than a cup of coffee. I cost $1. Even if I charge $4.99, still less. Okay. So anyways, go subscribe. Thank you guys to everybody who has subscribed. But we're going to get into this podcast episode. So what I wanted to talk about, just because we had Mother's Day pass by, we had Father's Day coming up, tomorrow's Memorial Day. So, and a topic that I was talking about is it okay for your ex to be around family gatherings, parties, or just keeping an ex around? Now, I get it. People have baby daddies, baby mamas, so it's a little bit harder to keep things separate. So I had this conversation earlier. So this is what I said, because somebody asked me if I was okay with it. No. You guys ended that. Once you guys decided to get divorced, separate, you guys ended that part of the relationship. Like going out as a family, doing things as a family, that part is over. Now, and what I mean, like if you're single and they're single and you guys want to continue to do that, totally fine. But if you're with somebody and like that's a little bit more different, because I'm not okay with that. And that's what I said is like, you guys ended that as soon as you guys decided to separate. Like that goes with it too. You can't have everything, right? So I said that I'm not okay with that. Family gatherings, parties, and like depending, like if it's a wedding or a quince, it's a little different, right? Obviously, there's a lot more people there. But say it's somebody's birthday and you invite them over, or like you guys want to go out on a family dinner, right? No, absolutely not. Like I said, that ended. And if you can't do that for me, that's okay. That just means that we're not meant for each other. And I said that, right? And then they mentioned to me saying like, well, if they're single at the time, it should be okay. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like if you're single at the time, do whatever floats your boat. But if you're talking with somebody, you're with somebody, you're like in a relationship with somebody, like most guys, I'm not saying all guys, some guys might be fine with it, and that's okay. The more power to them. But most guys are gonna be like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool that you guys are still doing like friends and stuff, uh, and still doing things together. Because I also mentioned, I know a while back ago there was somebody said they get annoyed when their parents still invite their ex to do like to family gatherings, and I said I would be upset too, because a family gathering, if it's outside like a wedding, quince or anything like that, because a lot of people go to those, right? But say you're just doing a barbecue for somebody's birthday, right? And your parents invite your ex, and then they show up. I said, this is my space that I thought I was gonna be like okay to come. Like, this is my family. This is my people. I should be able to come and not feel very uncomfortable around, or awkward because this person's here. You inviting that person into my like place where I thought I was gonna be like, all right, I can chill here, I can hang out here. Not now, like now I feel weird because my ex is here. Like, that's not okay. You know, uh, I would never want to feel like that either. My parents are not like that. I know some Hispanic parents are like that. Some parents are like that. Not my parents. My parents, like, once we're done, we're done. And if my mom finds out that you made one of us cry, or you made us like feel a type of way, you are done to her. You know what I mean? Like, you're done. Like, she's over you fast. And my sister's the same way, and I'm the same way, which is cool. My other brothers, I don't know. Maybe they are the same way. I just haven't like felt that from them. Like, for example, the moment my sister broke up with her ex, I was done with him. I was like, you're gone. Mainly because I didn't like her ex too. Like, that's neither here nor there. It might be a little bit like my little brother. He also broke up with his girl, and I was done with her. Like, sorry, I'm more of a ride or die, and so is my mom. Like, and especially if she found out that you made him feel a type of way, uh, like I remember telling her that, somebody made me feel a type of way. Like, I was like this. Oh, she was not having it. She's like, she basically, you made my kid cry. So my mom's got my back all the time, and she wouldn't put me in an awkward situation like that. So, but other people do, and I think at that point, like, if it's uncomfortable for you, I think it's time to put your parents in check. Sometimes you got to put your parents in check. Just because they're your parents doesn't mean they can get away with everything. They can get away with a lot of things. I'll tell you that. They can get away with a lot of things. They can tell me what to do, especially if you live with them. They can tell you what to do, what time to come home, what you can and can't do. Obviously, they're your parents. You got to listen to them. But doing stuff like that, or there was another video that went out that's saying like, oh, like in front of his current girl, like, I like this other girl more than her. No, absolutely. Like, if my parents ever did that, which they probably wouldn't, they never have, I would have put them in check so fast. I'd be like, if you don't like her, that's fine. Like, if you prefer the other girl, that's fine. But don't ever say that in front of her, or you're not going to see me coming back around with her. You know what I mean? Like, they should also have that respect for, like, I always have respect for everybody. I wouldn't tell, like, say my little brother brings a girl around, I would be like, man, I prefer the other one. I don't know what you see in this one. No, you probably put my ass in check too. Even though he's a little bigger than me, it's fine. But the reason I wanted to do this podcast, like, I wanted to start it with that because obviously we have Father's Day coming up. We had Mother's Day. We have Memorial Day tomorrow. We're going to have 4th of July is coming up. All these like holidays where people are out camping, celebrating things. Birthdays are crazy this time of year. Quinceañeras, weddings, like not in like the hotter places, but over in like Idaho and stuff, like parties. So I wanted to do an episode on why it's not okay to keep in contact with your ex after a relationship, because you guys know where I stand on my with exes. If I had actually dated somebody, meaning like we were boyfriend and girlfriend, if it was somebody that we were just talking for a little bit and then didn't work out, I'm not gonna go and block you. That's kind of petty, right? But if we actually became boyfriend and girlfriend afterwards, sorry, I'm gonna block you. So the first one that I have is emotional confusion. Staying in touch can blur the line between friendship and romance and making it hard to fully move on. And you're just, confusing yourself because maybe they did something one day and you're like, maybe they still like me. And clearly, like they were just probably just being nice or something, but you get confused because you're just like, maybe they still like me. They did this, they were doing it when we were in a relationship, or like maybe he's acting extra nice now or something. You know what I mean? You start getting confused with all this stuff. Uh, and it can really mess with your mental, right? Your mental health, uh, your state, like, because you're just confusing the shit out of yourself. You're like, well, one day it seems like he's into me, and then the next day he seems like he doesn't want nothing to do with me, or he went out with some other people, like he was doing this on this day, and then now he's out with another girl. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, and see, like, I ain't trying to do none of that stuff, and then it's always, I don't care who you are. I think it's always difficult seeing the person that you used to be with, even if it's like a few years down the road, with somebody else, because you just remember that you were with this person that was you at one point and things like that. And you feel a type of way about it, right? So, but if, as long as you, like, there's that huge disconnect after a while, you're just like, oh, it sucks, cool, well, hopefully she's doing good. But this is why I block, because I ain't trying to see none of that. Cool, I wish you the best, hopefully you're happy, hopefully you find somebody. Do I want to see it? Absolutely the fuck not. But I wish all the best for you. Okay, I just don't want to be seeing it, you know um because that also is a whole nother confusion shit. So which leads to the next one: is healing gets delayed. You can't heal from a wound you keep reopening. Continued contact keeps the emotional attachment alive. And it's just gonna delay everything. Like I said, the whole emotional confusion is gonna make you think like, oh, maybe they're still interested. And you can't get over this person because the feelings are still there. You're not letting them go. You think that there's some sort of relationship is still alive in this type of situation, which is not. Uh, so that's why, like, me blocking exes and just cutting everything off and getting rid of all their stuff is just like, instead of putting a band-aid on there to let it heal, it's just like, I said, fuck this, you're gonna heal. Here's the stitches. Boom, we gonna heal a lot quicker and faster. Because like you can get a small cut, put a band-aid on it, like put whatever gauze, whatever, keep it from bleeding, take care of it. It'll eventually heal over time, right? Uh, or you're just like, nope, there's a cut right here. Like, if I go get stitches, it'll be healed a lot quicker. So that's me. That's my blocking. Put them stitches in, put them bitches in. Let's get this over with. So block, get rid of. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it popping. Uh, because I've been there before, where you just like still stay in contact with them, and you're just like, it's a huge emotional roller coaster. Like, it takes you longer to get over this person. You see something of theirs and you're just like, damn, I remember when we went to go get this, or like when we brought that back from wherever it was, right? Like, a lot of those things trigger those past memories, and so it delays. And then when you get to a point, which is the next one, future relationships suffer. Most new partners will feel uncomfortable or insecure if you're still talking to your ex, and it can create unnecessary drama and trust issues. And like, not only will it suffer with that, I'll get into that here in a little bit, but it's gonna suffer like, you're not gonna be able to fully invest yourself into the next person because you're still stuck on this person. I would not want to give somebody half of me, 80% of me, 40% of me. Like, they should get damn near almost 100% of you. But some people aren't available, like 100% of them aren't available to the person because they're still stuck on this other person. So, don't do that to somebody, right? And like, if you don't want to do that to somebody and you want to get over your person, stop being friends with them. Again, this whole thing, co-parenting, whole different boundaries. I get it. This ain't a co-parenting one. This is just exes. Like, you guys don't have any attachments. But yes, you're also your future relationships, because I'm not okay with you being friends with your exes. Like, again, co-parenting, whole different thing. because there's, I've done so many like the question things, and I've asked people, I'm like, oh, can you be friends with your exes? And most people say, I mean, in some way you can be friends with the ex, like you can still be cordial with them. And then I'm like, oh, okay, but can your partner be friends with the ex then too? Like if that's okay. And they're like, hell no. You see, like, because you just never know. Like there's what the intentions are there. I'm not okay with whoever I'm with talking to their exes, like unless co-parenting again, different situation. People always like, yeah, but when you have kids, okay, I get it, I understand. um, but this, I'm talking about like there's no attachments here. Like you guys aren't attached with kids. But yes, like I will not be with somebody that can't let that go, and that's fine. If you want to be friends with your exes, cool. We're just not meant for each other. If you can't do that for me, fine, cool with that. Like I said, we're just not meant for each other. Because I've seen exes like they're friends, right? And then they're still messing around with each other. Like maybe they end up getting back together because they've been hanging out with each other, and they're like, you know what, we could probably make this work. And then they leave your ass, and you're like, what the fuck happened here? Like I thought everything was going good. Um, so like stuff like that. Like I remember I was with an ex, and I broke up, and then afterwards, like this is where I learned it takes a little bit longer to heal if you keep in contact with somebody. Is like she was with somebody else, and we were still meeting up and hooking up. And so and I've seen that a lot with people with exes. So that's why like I have my thing with exes. Like if you're still friends with them, we got a problem. Okay. Uh you it's just a no. A straight up no for me. Co-parenting, whole different situation, right? The next one that I have is you might be their backup plan. Sometimes staying in contact isn't about friendship. It's about keeping you in the loop just in case things don't work out elsewhere. And that happens a lot. Situationships, they just want to keep you there. So they'll give you just enough to keep you there, not let you move on. And then when they feel like you're like maybe moving on a little bit, like pushing them away a little bit, they come back a little bit harder, right? Because they're like, well, if this doesn't work out, I can just come back here, right? Like, or if they're some guys are like, is there better out there for me? Like, is there something else? But I'm not gonna be able to find it because I'm here with her, like, don't fall into that either. Uh, so that's why I cut everything off. I don't want to be dealing with that, none of that shit. Because sometimes you're comfortable, this person, and you want to continue. Like you're like it. You're not having to start a whole new thing over. Because we all know starting a whole new relationship with somebody is a lot difficult. What is your favorite color? Like, how many times are you going to ask that question? uh, so definitely don't become somebody's backup plan. That's why I just like straight cut it off, right? You don't want to be that placeholder. You don't want to be like, just in case something else doesn't work out. Come on now. Have a little bit more self-respect for yourself. The next one that I have is jealousy and comparison. Seeing your ex move on or hearing about their life can trigger feelings in adequacies, jealousy, or sadness. So that's why I said, like, I wish the best for you. I just don't want to see it, if that makes sense. Because there's going to be those. It sucks. Like I said, like when you see somebody you were with before with somebody else, like trust me, like you feel a type of way, and some people feel a type of way so bad that they message their ex, like, or they try to get back with them. Like it triggers a whole bunch of stuff. But if you don't see it, it's weird how you don't see it, and maybe you just hear it from somebody, it doesn't hit the same. But when you see it, and then all of a sudden, like also people are telling you about it, you're just like, it hits you different. And that's why I said, like, I block the ex. If someone tells me, first of all, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Like, people around me know, don't be talking about my exes around me, because I don't give a fuck. If they're with somebody, cool. If they're doing something, cool. If they're cool, there's a reason why I blocked them, because I don't want to see the shit, and I don't want to know about it, right? Uh, because yeah, like it makes you feel a type of way. And I don't know if it makes it feel a type of way with me. Maybe they're like, oh, like I saw he was hanging out with somebody. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. But they can't see it. Maybe somebody was going to tell them. Uh, but I wouldn't, I've had those feelings in the past before, and they don't feel great. uh, Unfortunately, it was like one of my bigger relationships. Like I was with her for 7.5 years, and just seeing her on dates, oh, that was a moment, right? It was hard, and that you slowly start learning what, and there's nothing you can do because once you see it, you can't really unsee it. You feel like you want to message them. You feel like you want to like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just gonna move on like that. Uh, Even though I had not tried to get back with her at all, right? Um, but yeah, it triggers a whole bunch of different emotions, and I've learned that instead of, because even if you hear it from somebody, it still kind of sucks, but you're just like, it's not as bad as seeing it. So that's why, like I said, I block them. Like if I hear about it, cool, whatever, it doesn't hit the same. But if you see it and then people tell you about it, it hits a little different. And I just don't want to see that. Once we're done, because I've done the whole like, hey, like let's see if it'll work out. Second chances, like this never really works out. There's a reason why you guys got to the point to break up. Just remember that there's a reason why you got to the brink of where you guys had to separate. Like if you guys got there already, what makes you think that it's going to be able to be fixable, mendable? Sometimes it is. Like if you guys want to risk your time and effort to see if it works out, then go for it. Am I going to do it now in my life? Absolutely the fucking not. So the next one that I have is old patterns resurface. Even things ended for good reasons. Talking again can lead to old habits, toxicity, or unresolved arguments. And that's what I'm talking about. Like shit just comes back to the same shit. You know, like, yeah, they'll be like, oh, let's make it work. I've seen it so many times where they get back together because they're like, oh, it's different now. We've been separated for a while. They're a changed person. They get together. Oh, it's all great and dandy in the beginning. They're excited. We're going to make this work. And then all of a sudden, guess what starts happening? Those old patterns start resurfacing, and it's the same cycle over and over. And I've seen it time and time again. They're the fucking same person, like this is and that. And then after that, if you took your ex back, don't be complaining to anybody. And especially if your friends and family were like, don't go back, and you went back. Don't be fucking, he did this to, I'd be like, I told you. Like you're the one that went back. So definitely don't go, because it's just the same thing. Like you guys separated for a reason. You guys separated because of that. What makes you think that they're gonna change as a person? That's who they are. Like if all they like to do is like they're not very romantic with you, and you need someone who's super romantic. And now they do a few romantic things saying that they change, and then they go right back to the same thing. They get comfortable with you. They don't even tell you that you're pretty. They don't even do stuff for you, that they don't make you feel wanted or nothing like that. Things are just going to come right back to the same thing because that's the type of person they are, And that's like, for example, the whole vanilla thing. They're like, my man's super vanilla, even though I tried teaching him, tried showing him, he doesn't want to change or he doesn't want to do this. That's how he is. And I'm not saying there's nothing bad with the guy. It just, your guys' intimacy levels are not on the same energy, and this guy may not be for you, right? Because you guys are suffering there. That's one of the top 3 pillars, right? They should be one of the top 3 pillars. If like there's a platform, the platform is the relationship, and it's being held up by 3 pillars, that should be one of them. And if that one is not working, is broken, trust me, it's going to be very wobbly depending on which pillar it was. If it was a bigger one than the other one, or where it was centered, it might topple over, the whole relationship. Because I'm saying like intimacy should be a top 3. Trust should be a top 3. Trust and loyalty fall together. You know what I mean? Like there's different things that people really want in a relationship. And if you like being intimate, it's going to be a problem later on. It's going to be a huge problem later on. I'll tell you that right now. And that's why I said intimacy should be a top 3. Well, depending on like what your pillars are. Some people maybe have more than 3. They have 4 or 5. I don't know. All right. So the next one that I have is you're not being honest with yourself. If you recently if you're secretly hoping for a reunion, you're not being fair with yourself or to them. And some people do. They have that hope that it's gonna work out. They're gonna get back together. This instantly, I remember I had a one-on-one session with somebody, and they were together. Let me just put some context. They were together. They separated, still kept in contact. They both ended up getting into relationships, but they still kept in contact. I think they both got married, like separately, obviously, but still kept in contact. And they said, hey, like, at this date, we're gonna end up leaving our partners and coming back together. And that's definitely not gonna happen because I told her it's not gonna happen. He's just feeding you what you want to hear because maybe you guys are still meeting up, they were, and still hooking up, you know. He's just telling you what you want to hear, giving you that hope so you like there. Because if you're like, nah, let's just hook up, let's just be a side thing, more than likely you're gonna be like, I'm not trying to be a side thing to you. Like, no, I want something serious, and if you can't give me that, I'm gonna go. So him knowing that that's what you want, he's obviously gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what I'll give you. And it's that false sense of hope, like there's something there. And she was like, it's getting close to the day. He's never really said anything. Like, I'm just afraid that I'll leave my man, and then he ends up not leaving. I was like, he's not leaving. If he really wanted to be with you, he wouldn't have set a date in the future, be like, at this day, we're leaving. He would have been like, yeah, you know what? My relationship's not working out. I'm going to file for divorce. We're out this bitch. Let's go. Let's make it happen. But no, he didn't do that. um, so don't fall for that fault. Sometimes it feeds you that false sense of hope that there's something that still could be there. Because say you're hanging out with an ex as friends, and then you looking at him, you're like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, maybe we could make this work. Like, I really miss him, miss her. Maybe we can make something happen, right? But then the other person is just like, I'm just here to get laid, to be honest. Like, or I'm just here because I was bored. I didn't have anything to do today. Come hang out with her. Come hang out with him. Get some, and then, everybody. Just because you're thinking one thing doesn't mean they're thinking the same thing. So, just be honest with yourself. Just be honest. And again, if it got to that point, or even to a point of a break, fucking breaks, it's probably not going to work out. It clutters your mental space. You need room to grow, evolve, and build new connections. Keeping them around clutters that space. Yeah, it doesn't let you move on. It doesn't let you grow, heal after this, and become a better person. Am I the same person I was like a long time ago? And along the way, relationships have helped me mold to a better person? Absolutely. And you moving on, learning what you will and will not accept from somebody, because you learn new things from relationships. You're like, damn, I'm never gonna let that shit happen again, because I did not like that. So obviously you learn, hey, not this. I'm not gonna be taking that shit anymore. So, and you just don't want, like, you guys seen it, like when there's some people who separate with their person, they're going out a lot more, not like partying. I'm saying like to events, maybe traveling, being social, coffee trips. They meet new people. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok. I think her name is Crystal. I don't know if you watch the podcast, Crystal, but what's up, girl? I like that she goes on solo dates all the time, which is super cool. And she vlogs about it, doing solo dates, which is fucking amazing, right? And you see people starting to do that, and maybe they got that like that because of previous relationship. They're just like, this person didn't let me do shit. Now that I'm single, I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna take myself on these dates, and I don't need no man. Or maybe they went through a bunch of horrible dates, and they're like, these dates were whack. I'm gonna take myself on dates. So like, staying in that, especially if your relationship was toxic, staying in that is gonna delay you from growing and becoming a better person. So definitely, like, it's definitely gonna clutter your headspace. You're not gonna be able to get over this. Your mind's gonna be on it a lot, and it's gonna distract you from other stuff too. So definitely pay attention to that. And the next one that I have, they might be blocking your growth. Some exes stay in contact to control your influence in your decisions, even subtly. Oh, absolutely. And especially if they were the ex that was the person that you're like, oh, I want to go back to school. You don't need to go back to school. Like, what are you trying to go back to school? Oh, I want to start this side business. You don't need to start that side business. There's a shit ton of people who have that side. You don't need that side business. Oh, I want to pick up this hobby. You don't need that hobby. Like, that hobby is dumb. Like, nobody's doing that. You're this year's old and you're trying to start that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want those type of people. And they want to and they'll continue to do it even after you guys separate, if you guys are friends, they'll be like, why are you like going out with these? They're bad people. Why are you going out with these people? Or why are you doing that? Like, that's not right. They'll still try to control you even afterwards. Uh, so like, and that's why like blocking again, that's my biggest thing is I block them because some people are like, yeah, but you can be cordial with. It is very rare that you can find somebody who is also going to be cordial. Say you're going to be like, all right, we're going to be good. Like if I see any of my exes, I'll say what's up. I'm not going to go up and talk to him and be like, hey, how's it going? How's life? If I see him, we're walking by, I'll wave. Be like, hey, how's it going? And then keep walking. That's it. I'm not a dick. Uh, I just will not be in contact with them, you know? So definitely like, don't let them control your influence. Don't let them control, like if they're very controlling like that, they're going to continue to be controlling as an ex. So you definitely don't want that. And the last one that I have is you deserve a clean slate. Closure often requires cutting ties. A fresh start means leaving the past behind. And what did I keep saying? Just straight cutting them off. You know, no more inviting them to family events, mothers. Like if, and I get it. Mother's Day and Father's Day is a whole different thing. But like inviting to events and things like that, continue to be friends with them. That's why it's difficult when you're in the same friend circle. That's why I say always avoid like friend circles, because now you still got to be around this person. You know, things might get awkward, take forever to heal over this person. Like maybe they bring a new girl into the circle and you're just like, fuck, what the fuck? Or maybe you bring a guy and they're like, who the fuck is this dude? And they try to fight him and stuff like that, right? But the best thing that I've learned, and which has helped me, and it's helped other people because they've also adopted the same strategy that I do, is I just block them. And I'm not blocking them out of pettiness. I'm not blocking them out of hatred or that I dislike them or anything. We had our run. It didn't work out. And the only way for me to get over this and heal and get past this is to block them, like, and get rid of everything of theirs. You know, like there's no reason for it. There's no reason to not like seeing their stuff. Again, I wish nothing but the best for them. Happiness, success, whatever. Hopefully you find an amazing person to be with. I just don't want to see it. So I block them because it's going to stump me. Like say you moved on faster than I did, right? And then all of a sudden, like I see you with somebody else and I'm just like, fuck, this sucks, right? Like she was with me. She should be with me, you know? No. And that's why you just block them and you just don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. If somebody else tells you about it, it doesn't hit the same. And you're just like, whatever. If you can be cordial with your ex and you guys are on good terms, then go for it. Because I hate it when people, I can do it. Okay. But most people can't. That's what I'm saying. The percentage is a lot higher that shit doesn't happen. Just because you're like that doesn't mean the other person is going to be like that. You can be like, yeah, I'll be fine. Like, I'll be cordial with my person. The other person, they'll be like, no, fuck that. Like, why are you talking to this other dude or this? Like, the crazy exes, you know, it's not always cordial. So, and that's why I block. Like, you don't need to see what I'm doing. I don't need to see what you're doing. Cool. If somebody tells you what I'm doing, cool. If somebody tells me what you're doing, cool. Like, it's whatever. If I don't see it, it doesn't hit the same. So that's why, like, I always do that, and other people have done it too. And I mean, when like get rid of their shit is like if they're giving you stuff, if you have stuff in your home that reminds you of them, you know, if you see, like, say, my mom gave me these cup of coffees. So shout out to my mom. If I like say an ex gave them to me, I'd be like, every time I look at the cup, I'd be like, oh, I remember when she gave me these. No, if you get that vibe, throw them fucking cups away or sell them, get rid of them, give them away or something like that. Right? Don't keep them. So that's why, that's what I mean. But if you have, like, say you bought these cups when you guys were together, but you just had bought them because you were together, and like looking at them, it doesn't remind you of anything, then obviously you have no emotional ties to that. It's only things that you have emotional ties to, because they're like, somebody sent me a message saying like, I'm not gonna throw away all my shit. We bought it together. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, when I say get rid of their shit, is like get rid of stuff that you're emotionally detached to or attached to. Because, you know, of course I learned that I have to be a little bit more detailed because I know what I mean in my head, but it doesn't necessarily like, I shouldn't assume that you know what I know, like, mean in my head, right? So I'm learning. So it's like I said, this lid or the mug is a better example. If an ex gave me these cups, and every time I look at the cups, I'm like, oh, I remember when she gave me these for my birthday. You know, if you have that emotional attachment, it's get rid of them. You can go buy more mugs. You'll be good. You'll be fine. We'll spend a few extra bucks, get some different mugs. But if we bought them together and you don't have that attachment, you're not like, oh, I remember when. If you're like, I remember when we bought these together, you have emotional attachments. So time to get rid of them. But if you're just like, oh, that's just a mug. It's just a mug. Me, the emotional attachment I have with them is my mom gave them to me. You know, like when I got one of my new places, she was like, I got you some mugs here. And I was like, oh shit, my mom got me some mugs. That's why I have emotional attachment to them. And you get emotional attachment to stuff, you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you feel that, trust me, every time you look, every time I see these cups, I'm like, oh, my mom gave me these cups. That's what I mean. Get rid of that shit. Not for your mom. Shout out to my mom. But if like you have an ex that gave you stuff, it doesn't matter what it is. I've sold Louis wallets, Louis belts, Gucci wallets. I've sold all the stuff that I gotten as gifts because I'm like, I remember when she gave me this. Gone, sold. And so depending on what it is, it's like if it's something that you can just donate, go donate. If it's something you can sell and make some money, sell and make some money. If it's just like trash type of shit, like just throw it the fuck away, right? You know, it's that simple. Is that if you have that attachment, get rid of it, block them, just put that stitch in. Let's get healed. Let's get healed. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for listening to this podcast episode. naughtyscience.com if you guys want to get tools to spice up your relationship, because trust me, a lot of y'all need it. And if you know somebody that was like a 3-pumper, 2-pumper, shoot me a message on IG or TikTok. Shoot me a message and be like, hey, I heard this on the podcast. My guy is like this. Can you send me a bottle of this stuff? Because all I'm asking is for a review. You're going to get a free bottle on me. I just need a review because I want to know if it works or not. Because if it does work, then guess what, ladies? We have a game changer. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.